It was almost a year ago, matter of fact, it was a year ago, that I got a call from Scotty that he had purchased a Ruxton in Michigan. Scotty learned that Ruxton was going to be a featured mark for Pebble Beach, so I offered to get it running for him.
Barry really jumped through the hoops on this. He started out as a friend, just wanting to help me get it running. We had thought we were just going to be able to recommission the mechanics of the car.
We found the engine had been repaired earlier incorrectly.
Well, how much trouble could this be if it's run within the last 5 years?
That's what started all of this. By the time we pulled the engine out to send it off to be done, we looked at the engine compartment and said, well, you know, we could do a little freshening in here and do a little paint. Well, the body's kind of in the way to do that, so let's take the body off and we'll sandblast the whole frame. So we just kept going.
In fact, we wound up doing a frame-off nut and bolt restoration, and we had a 12-month calendar in which to effect this task.
10 months later, we got the engine back, and now it's a rush to get it in and running and get this car rolling. Ruxton was in operation for about a 1-year period, 1929 through 1930. And then we all know what happened in the early 30s. Luxury cars were on their way out.
The mechanicals of the Ruxton are so different than any car of its day, from its split case transmission to its front wheel drive and its low slung body without running boards. This was something very, very new.
They hired an architect of the time, Joseph Urban, to design a paint scheme that would enhance the length and the low profile that the car had, being an advantage to the front wheel drive to be able to build a lower, more stable car. We used some photographs, one of them ended up to be 10:1, and it made for a great scale for us to lay this out with precision.
What they're looking for at Pebble is to make sure that everything that you've done to the car is period correct.
You couldn't talk to anybody who was still alive today who'd worked on the Ruxton line, so all you could do is go for historical photographs. If Phillips head screws hadn't been invented yet, you couldn't use Phillips head screws. If bolts that were marked with their tensile strength, because they were case hardened, weren't used at the time, you certainly can't go and use case hardened bolts.
So it becomes a matter of grinding the markings off and replating the bolts, and certain are acceptable and certain are not to the judges. And you just have to play it by ear.
So what we're doing right now is we're getting the final details on this. We finished with clear coat last night. Okay. And it came out pretty good so far. We're pretty happy with it at this point.
We're way behind schedule, but we have enough manpower on it where we believe we can get this done.
I'm feeling extremely nervous. When you're under the gun like this, you can't let it get to you. What you need to do is keep your target in mind, stay focused, and get this car to Pebble. That's my dream, that's our goal, and that's what's going to happen. We made it. I'm walking about 18 inches off the ground. Someone earlier today said, "Did you think 10 months ago this car was going to make it?" And I said, absolutely. 6 weeks ago I had my doubts, but here it is, and thanks to Barry and a wonderful crew, the car is here.
I'm thrilled with the way it turned out. I could not have asked for a better team than I had. They were just all just super people to work with.
We have the preeminent placement. There's nothing better that I could ask for. And the other 12 Ruxtons are in the second row. We're in the first row on the water. It's just a great feeling. I mean, winning couldn't do any more than this is doing for me.
Yahoo!